I'm Steve Coleman, creator of Mainly Music. I'm here with Sammy Forbes, Josh Matthew, and Finch Flores. They are Pink Elephants. How you doing, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up? What's going on? Yeah.
All right, can you guys hear me good?
Oh yeah, we hear you perfect, bro.
Perfect. I like that lighting behind you guys. It looks really sick.
That's the essence.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that lighting, pink lighting, man. We gotta have it.
Awesome.
That's here, Steven.
All right. What drew you guys to music, and when did you guys realize that music was your passion?
Let me start off. For me, it was really, I realized when I started playing guitar, and I was playing my older brother's acoustic guitar that he had, and I was pretty good. And you know, all his friends thought I was like super good at it, and I liked that like his friends thought I was good. Like almost gave me that cool card a little bit. So I continued to play, but I realized, later on that, it started long before that, in elementary school even, I was making songs about my friends just to be able to make fun of them and stuff like that.
Right.
I'd make fun of my friends through song and stuff like that, and I look back on it, and I was the best in my class at playing the recorder and the keyboard. I had a great memory when it came to memorizing the order of the notes and stuff, so I think that, it definitely starts early. I look back on it and go, damn, like, it's definitely, it's been my whole life. And I don't know how anyone else feels. Sammy?
Yeah, I've always listened to music when I was younger, Michael Jackson had a big influence on me growing up, singing and stuff like that.
Definitely.
I was never really, like, drawn to any instruments, really. Like, I've always played with different ones, mess around with them, never really got serious into them, but Michael Jackson definitely for sure inspired me to want to become a singer, so that's basically it for me. Like,
yeah, basically, my grandmother, she has an upright piano. It was one of those upright player pianos, and I used to always go over there on the holidays to visit. I used to play it all the time when I was very young. Much like Finch had said, when I was in class, I didn't take advantage, of course, like I'm sure Finch can agree, we wish we did then.
Yeah.
Kind of just...
We thought it was kind of nerdy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we were interested in other things, but there was still, we excelled. Like he did, I remember our course teacher brought in pianos for us all to play, and I was this rowdy kid, didn't really pay attention, didn't really care. Was a kind of a C student, just getting by, a lot of the times D's, even in course because I didn't really apply myself. But I remember he brought these keyboards, and I remember I started playing, and my teacher brought me aside, and he was like, "What song were you just playing?" And I was like, "It's something I wrote." And he was like, "It's incredible." And that was at a very young age. I was probably back in middle school, and
Nice.
And Finch and I actually have a long history of playing together. Aside from this group and the group before that and the group before that, Finch and I first sang La Bamba at DZ Discovery Zone on their karaoke machine. And we were very young. I'm talking elementary school.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, now speaking of the last groups or bands you guys played in, your last group was Me Gosh. Which was actually a great band in itself. Have you had any other bands or any other groups that you've been associated with?
Yes, well,
me and Finch, it's been a while since we did this project, but we used to have
2013, I think.
Yeah, around 2013, me and Finch used to mess around, like making beats and stuff, and we had a group called Hip Hop Anonymous that we did a couple shows, like went to a few bars and everything, and performed as Hip Hop Anonymous. We had another buddy of ours named Face, that it was a trio, just like this pretty much, and basically did the same thing we're doing now. And that was probably like a little kick for this.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely, we fused the groups together, for sure. And I mean, we honestly ended up more on the Hip Hop Anonymous side than we did the Me Guys side. And I think the reason being is because we're more like hip hop and modern sounding now, and that's what we enjoy doing. That's what we enjoy doing about that project then. Fun fact about Face from Hip Hop Anonymous, he's actually the same guy who shot the video for Gooba.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
that's pretty cool. But yeah, and then before that, me and Josh were in a group together called When Gotham Falls that he founded, and then I came in later, and then that's when we actually decided to form Me Gosh when we were in When Gotham Falls, and then things kind of just, Gotham fell a little, and then Me Gosh rose.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, when Gotham fell, Me Gosh rose.
Awesome. All right. Now, Me Gosh was more rock or alternative rock. What genre of music would you say Pink Elephants are?
We actually don't like to be tied down to any genre.
Okay.
That's not neutral. I'd like to say, if you've ever seen the movie Dumbo, obviously there's no stranger to the notion that we got our name from the movie Dumbo, where there's the Pink Elephants on parade. And if you notice during that segment, these elephants were taking all different shapes and forms. I mean, you saw the elephants turn into worms and
Yes.
colored pachyderms and you get the point. They were camels. There were all kinds of different stuff.
Right.
But they were still elephants. Just like that, our music follows those different shapes,
Yes.
but in sound.
Yes,
That's
exactly. And that's what's amazing about, music is that there are so many genres. And it's like, who wants to be tied down by a genre description when you can just make music, you just make good music. That's what we want to do. We think that's what, the greatest have done. We're not the first to do it, you know what I mean? There's been plenty of groups that have, tried to, just pretty much do whatever they like. And, you kind of have to anyway, especially you have to evolve your genre. If you have a career that spans, 20 years, you don't sound like you sounded like 20 years ago.
Exactly.
You definitely sound a lot different, and your genre's gonna change. So genres really, it's a word that really just ties down your music. It
Right.
means, a genre means you've got two guitars, a bass, and this. And, we don't have that. So you never know what we might have. One of our songs might have that.
Right.
One of our
Right.
songs might not. One of our songs might just be an acoustic guitar and a voice. One might be a drum machine and a rap. And that's what we take the pride in the most. So we're genre neutral.
That's great. That's great.
We're all about good songwriting, Steven.
Yep, most definitely. All right, I heard you talk about Michael Jackson, which is one of my inspirations and influences. Is there any other musical influence that you guys have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean lots, all of the greats. When it comes to vocals, Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson. Steve Perry.
Yeah.
These guys back in the day, they sang every single night on these tours, and they sounded damn good. And back then, when you tracked, you had to be damn good to track. And that's something that I think about when we track. I'm like, are we good enough to actually have been tracking? In like the 80s and the 70s and shit, when you actually had to like sing these songs, flawlessly and perfectly from start to finish, because they couldn't really cut it up and stuff. And the answer is we probably can't hang with them dogs. And and that's okay. You know what I mean? Because that's what motivates us to be the best we can possibly be. Because I know I can sing, but I ain't singing like Freddie Mercury. I can look up to that dude. I don't ever want to get to a point where, I think I'm better than all of them guys, because them guys fucking are the real deal. You know what I mean? I definitely, So when it comes to singing, they're the kind of influences.
Yeah, I don't
draw
compare myself to none of them. I get inspiration from all, what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing but inspiration. I would never want to.
I tell you, our music inspiration, I'll put it to you like this. Ranges from Wesley Willis to Tiny Tim to the Righteous Brothers. There's no holding back when it comes to what we're inspired by.
Right. That's
I
great.
mean, we're gonna listen to it all.
Yeah, that's for sure. It depends on what you're really asking. What singers, what guitar players, synthesis. All these different things. Like we have favorites and influences that come from every single direction.
Right.
So
right.
it's very hard to pinpoint. we can sit there and go forever, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
And we keep new ones every day. I'm gonna listen to something tomorrow that I'm going, damn, I'm gonna gain influence from that. With over that, even wanting to gain influence by what I'm hearing around me, I'm gaining it, and everyone is.
Exactly. Yeah. What, if any, obstacles have you had to overcome to be able to follow your dreams in music?
Oh, I mean, you name it, from financial to doubters to like the skeptics to the people who basically, we've had followers like you mentioned, me, gosh, and then we have some people who very much so despise this because of it, and that's why Sammy wrote that little "we're not me, gosh."
Yeah.
Look at the haters that we got. Because we have some people that just they want to see us in one image and one form, but we're not that. We can't be that.
That's not a diss either. That's
no.
That's a.
That's just saying we're not the same thing as we used to be.
I love Me Gosh.
You know, and you can be a fan of both, and you can still be a fan of one.
I love Me Gosh too. I like both, man. You guys are musical
This is
geniuses.
where we are in our life right now.
Yeah. Most definitely.
This is where we want to be, and people have to respect it. So we've had those obstacles, obviously financial, but I tell you what, that has gotten a little bit better since we've had the Elefants. The Elefants come and they've really helped us out. They're helping us live our dreams. We're getting to go more places, spread our music more widely. We're metastasizing, brother.
That's
and
awesome.
It's because of the elephant. Fuck you.
Who have you collaborated with? Who have you collaborated with so far?
Well, like Julika, for example.
Julika. Yep.
19 who killed it.
You brought that up last time we spoke to you. That was a good point. Julika's awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody who hasn't seen her, check her out. Julika Rose. She's on Facebook. I know she's on Instagram, and you can probably see her on other platforms as well. But definitely look into her.
Yes. There's a couple more we want to work with. There's a lot of people who we want to work with, but it's all about, right now it's kind of hard, with the times and everything, but.
But I mean, someone that we're looking into and we've actually been in the works with a little bit here was Warrack. Now I know, I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with Warrack, but he's an up and coming rapper that, he just got an energy that we like about him. And we want to help take Warrack, to that next level, the level he deserves to be on.
And he can take us to the next level at the same time. He's a great artist.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, we think musically we have a lot to offer Warrack. I hear his lyrics, and I'm pretty impressed by him. I just think he needs some guys who've been doing this a long time. Drive it home for him. And that's what we're trying to do with Warrack.
No doubt.
We're trying to develop Warrack too. We've been developing them.
Nice. Now there's him. Is there anybody else who you'd like to collaborate with in time?
Who, me?
Any of you? Like, is there any more than just him?
It's endless.
Like
the guy who comes out from behind the door with Warrack, he's cool. There's a lot.
There's just so many. I really don't know anybody who would want to collaborate with.
Yeah, anybody who's willing to work
with us.
I'll tell you what, I'm a fan of Tom MacDonald. His raps are crazy. They're edgy.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I love Tom MacDonald. He's constantly pumping out material. That guy's wild. He's got a lot to say, and I love it. He's great.
Jack Navarro,
There's
right?
countless of people.
Jack Navarro, right?
Who's the one that with the birds?
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow. Who's the dude with the birds? He wears the glasses. And he's got the cool music videos with the dogs and shit in the background and beaches. Better than him.
Oh, Steven, we can collab with whoever, man.
Mark Gorman.
Mark Gormley?
Gormley, yes. Mark Gormley, look him up, he's sick.
Now, I really want him for instrumentals. Mark Gormley's he's who I want for instrumentals. But, his vocals are alright too, but we like how he develops different chord progressions that you don't commonly hear
Yes, his lyrics are very incredible.
Nice. Okay, I'll definitely look him up.
Yeah, look at Mark Worthy.
Now you guys have a huge following called the Elephant. What in, what in, what impact have they had on your lives?
Oh,
Everything.
Son of a bitch, like a bomb went off in our life.
a whole new
Once your dad
world,
closed your eyes.
a new fantastic point of
Elephants is
view.
everything, for real. Like, without that, like, we wouldn't be what we are right now without them.
Steve,
Yes.
They pumped us out so much.
Elephant. Look at this. This is stuff that the Elephant has helped us get.
Our dream set up, man. Look, drop it from another mother, this is called.
All this stuff is just cool stuff
Yeah.
that they got for us. All kinds of stuff, Steven.
That's great. So they've made a big impact in your life then.
What's that?
They've made a big impact in your life then.
Huge,
Yeah. Yeah.
huge.
That's great. That equip
Was so much for us.
I love that equipment too.
He,
I can't keep up.
Yeah.
to say they've done so much for us is a nomenclature, brother. We can't even touch the word. That diction ain't even in my vocabulary for what they've done for us. You know? And I'm gonna say this. That part of that family is you, my friend. You're
Yeah.
part of that family.
Yes, sir, I
And
am.
you've done some of this. You've helped us reach this goal.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Man, this is awesome. All right. Wow. Okay. Any fun or unusual stories that you share with your fans?
I mean, there's a couple weird ones. Honestly, there's a guy named West Ocean, and the guy just kind of shows up where you're at, and it's really kind of weird to be honest with you, because I think it was we were on the Ocean City Boardwalk in Maryland, and we were live, and we're walking right, and here goes a guy going like this, got him. Right? So we went, hold on, what the fuck? And when we looked over, it was West Ocean. And he was holding up the phone and we were on the live. And he's going, look, I found him. Right? And so we hung out with us for a few minutes and we looked at around his neck and he had binoculars. Almost like he was like, actually like looking off like balconies and shit, Steven. So then we were hanging out for a little bit, and we went to a bar, right? And we got some strawberry daiquiris. And he was like, yeah, it's a cool bar, And I said this, I might come back here every day and get a strawberry daiquiri. And he went, are ya? Like that, right? And then the next day, he worked at the bar.
He got a job that day.
Like, yeah, like,
Just so he could be there every time we got daiquiris. Wes,
That's cool. That's definitely cool. Well, you know, we share a little story too, a funny little story. I'm not sure, I believe it's Pillow Talk. Yeah, Pillow Talk after your shows. Well, Sammy just happened to get Finch coming out of the shower with a towel. And the first 9, hopefully they were all ladies, but the first 9 to view were the lucky 9 that Finch always calls them because they got to see.
we were in New Orleans, Stephen. It was when we were in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, right. And I happened to be number 15 to come on in view. And I typed in and I says, You know, I think I'm the lucky one because I was number 15. I'm glad I didn't see that shit. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. All right.
Well, if that's how you feel, hold on.
No, it's fine. Thanks, though.
How you feel?
All right, guys. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Growing still growing. I assume we're going to be in a much better place than we even are now.
We'll be, shooting for third or fourth number one.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Awesome. That's great. All right, last question. It's, is there any other stories that you can remember that, let's say you guys are somewhere and something weird happened or funny or...
They got a great story to tell. Used to.
Well, I was in NAM.
No, not that one.
Not that one? It was a national music conference. And I almost fought someone. He's a celebrity.
Okay.
And his name's but basically I almost got into a fight with him, and I was actually live on Facebook. It was a whole ordeal.
I mean, as he called out Mr. things just didn't really go as planned. Obviously, he had a whole group of security with him. We don't have security, so it was a very unfortunate event. I'll tell you this: if it was one-on-one fight, Josh would have beat him. But
The only regret I have is not actually being able to destroy him.
yeah, so which is what would have happened if it was a one-on-one fight. But because it wasn't, they just held Josh down like a baby.
Right.
I was kicking and screaming.
That's great. All right, well, that includes the interview.
But yeah, if you go through all of our lives, you might find that live video.
Yes.
I might just do that, too. I might just do
That's
that.
my card.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sammy Forbes, Josh Matthew, Finch Flores. They're all Pink Elephant. What platforms can people reach you on? Where could they come view you, come hear your music?
Any platform they would like.
Anywhere music is found, you will find Pink Elephants.
And if you'd like to see us live, we're live every night on Facebook Live, and we're going to start diving into Instagram and TikTok. So I need people to understand that this might go down in history as, a big deal. This is now we're going to call this the Coleman interview.
Well, thank you.
The Coleman interview.
That's
And
awesome.
if we ever get big, you better fucking believe there's going to be a VHS of this bitch made.
Thank you, guys.
And it's going to be the rarest fucking thing you can find.
That is awesome.